brush my teeth anyway. I got dressed through the mess and put a smile on my face.
That is Sara Evans, American country singer, songwriter, holding down the #1 slot on the country singles chart with this A Little Bit Stronger, nominated for CMT's Female Video of the Year, and I want to bring her in live there. Congratulations to you, Sara, but you know, the reason why we're talking here is that you're lending your beautiful voice to the CMT Disaster Relief Concert tomorrow night. The story really hits home for you. Tell me why.
Hey, well, thank you very much. It does hit home for me. I live in Birmingham, Alabama, and my husband, Jay Barker, played football for the University of Alabama, and so we're very closely tied to, in particular, Tuscaloosa, who is one of the hardest hit areas. And so I'm so excited to be a part of the CMT benefit concert tomorrow night. It's a telethon that includes so many artists. Hank Williams Jr. was the one that kind of spearheaded the whole deal, and Alabama, myself, Keith Urban, Tim McGraw, Lady Antebellum, just to name a few. So
it's a huge roster. You leave for Nashville tomorrow, but we've been looking at videos, Sara. We've been looking at video of you and your hubby, Jay Barker, you know, touring some of the damage there. I think this is Concord, Alabama. This was last week, and you were visiting with some of the folks who live in the area, talking to people in shelters. I mean, talk to me just a little bit about that experience. What were people telling you?
You know, it's one thing to see the devastation on television. It's another thing to actually go and when you see it in person, it is truly heart-stopping. And we met a man whose home was destroyed, and he said, you know, just, and I think this is how we all feel when the weather starts to go bad and there's tornado warnings, and we all just kind of think, you know, it'll hit somewhere else, it happens to other people. And this gentleman was telling us that his wife looked out the window and said, it's really dark, it's darker than I've ever seen it, and they turned on the news and were told to take cover, and then about, you know, 5 or 10 minutes later, they were standing in a pile of rubble and they had nothing where their home was 5 minutes earlier. So it's just devastating, and I'm very grateful to CMT and all the other artists for doing this concert tomorrow night.
And Sara, I think it's just also important to point out you're a mom times, you know, seven kids, and so how do you explain to them as a mom, you know, why it is you're going to Nashville tomorrow night, why there are all these people who lost their homes? How do you explain that?
Well, we talked at length about it. I mean, I have a very open dialogue with my kids, and you know, we're very religious, and I just said, you know, these things happen, and God is in control ultimately, and we can't always understand, and we won't understand everything right now. You know, just try to give them comfort, and basically we have spent a lot of time as a family praying for the victims, not only in Alabama, but all over the areas that were affected. So that's, I mean, I think that's the main way that I try to teach them, is to pray with them for the families.
Sara Evans, it's a lovely message. We'll be looking for you and Hank and Alabama and, you know, all the other people you just rattled off. It's a huge, huge event tomorrow night in Nashville. Safe travels. We'll be looking for you. And I just want to remind everyone who's watching, thank you. CNN encourages supporting, of course, supporting our neighbors when disaster strikes. She mentioned tornadoes, also flooding, etc. You can find out how you can help. Just log on to our website. Go to cnn.com/.